Hello folks, and welcome to another video. And what do I have here? I've been asked, and some of the comments have been leaving, to can we have a look at a little bit more SOX stuff, or low pressure sodium, as you people out there will know it. So I thought, right, okay, this is about sodium. Well, SOX, low pressure sodium. This is a gear tray, and I would say, can you guess what lantern it's from? But you'll see that in the titles of this video, so really it's a giveaway. This gear tray is from a PHOSCO P178, locally known in my area as the lollipop lanterns. And this is a gear tray from one of the sodium versions that I've managed to obtain actually in a lantern. This one was local, I knew where it come from, and it was out for some times with the tube blown on it. So anyway, I managed to rescue it. I got about 6 lollipops, if not more. They are everywhere around where I live. Mostly mercuries though, mostly mercuries and some, but these ones are a little bit more rarer. The nice thing about this gear tray is actually the one that's from the factory. It's a factory gear tray. It's an original SOX gear tray, because a lot of other ones you see have had bits added to it and been converted and so on. The only difference with this one is obviously the igniter, which we see there, should have been a round barrel igniter at some point. Has been changed for that. Now we come to the interesting bit. Throughout SOX on our estate, where we live, in our neighbourhood as some people would call it, SOX lanterns very neglected, and some of these would be not working, failed 10 maybe 15 years, not being touched. So all the actual lamps in them are in pretty bad state. Now the problem is with this is when the lamp fails, it has a tendency to burn out the igniters. So when you get a second-hand lantern and it's had a duff SOX tube in, you're more than likely going to have to change the igniter there. As always with any lanterns, do a visual check. Just make sure all the cables are not broken and are in okay. I've checked this one out before I'd done the video and it looks good. I've also put a meter on it just to make sure that there's actual connections and things, and the current can get through, and that gives it a good look. Yes, spiders webs all over the place. This will clean up nice, and it's a project that I intend actually to strip down. So if I've got enough time on this video, I might start stripping it down and show you a bit of that. But first of all, let's change this lamp, because this lamp has absolutely had it, and it kind of sort of rattles as if at the top there is actually broke off. But I do have in stock a brand new lantern. Lamp. See the difference on that? Yes, indeed. And also the difference in the tops. Now there's some discussion that the blue cap one is not as reliable as the red cap. One is a SOX Master and one's a Super SOX. You also find that on some of the lanterns, got lanterns on the brain today, on the lamps you'll have a date put on when they were put in the service. So this one is April 2012. I know this one works because I borrowed it at another lantern. So we just stretch your string over there, the spring, not the string. This always makes me think that it's going to break the lantern somehow, and I really hate doing that. Now this to me doesn't look as if it's actually straight in that socket, as if there's quite a bit of, as if the spring holder wants to be let down, which can easily be done just by undoing that bolt there. Also, I don't like to see strain on the lantern. Now that's in now. It wasn't these bayonets, they don't always go in. You get an arc, it burns the solder at the end of the lamp, and they can weld themselves onto the pins of the socket. Always wondered why SOX lamps were always a bayonet cap and not an Edison screw cap, which I would have thought would have been better and a lot easier. Okay, now I'll check this one out. Now also, to get this to work, we need to put one of these in, because on the P178s this bit pokes out the top of the canopy, so we need to put a photo cell in there to make sure that we can get it to work on. And there we go. See, so that would go in there, so it's upside down, like, you know. Just be interesting to see now. Actually, I'll put it that way. SOX lamps do not like burning cap down. So let's see what we can do with this one. If we can just, I'll just chock it there a bit, my multimeter. There we go. Let's see if this will actually fire up. To see basically if we've got an igniter that's okay. And I'll check the cables that side. Yeah, that's fine, that's not touching anything. So let's see what happens when we plug in. Hey, look at that. How about that? The igniter has survived a burnt out lamp for that number of times. And this lamp, the original lamp, had been burnt out for about a year, and it was just glowing. So basically what we got here is a right pucker example. Just needed a new lamp. It looks all rough around the edges, just needs a new lamp. And then we got it. We've got the sodium lamp working. Now that is brilliant. Right, okay then, so let's take the lamp out so we don't... these are always a little bit iffy to get out, these lamps, but let's put that over there, because SOX lamps are getting extremely hard to get hold of. And when you do, they're getting extremely expensive. So SOX lamps are a premium and not a good idea to start breaking them. I'll do a video on that actually, because they are very dangerous if you break them, but that's another story. So anyway, this is great, this is. So I know I can use this in another P38. There we go. Got all the holes where it fits in and sits on like that. So this will be a great little project to spray up, make it look really nice, or you could even use it as a display pan. You could put the legs on it and stand it upright, so you can do that. I like to put new bits in, but considering to this is marvellous. It's got all the little clips there, it's got all the proper factory fitted clips in it. What you can do with the ballast is I should take that off, and I should probably respray that with some heat resistant paint, make it look nice, put it in there. Don't necessarily need a capacitor, because this capacitor is probably absolutely shot anyway, and to be honest, when you're running street lighting on a domestic household mains, don't really need a capacitor in there, because they run quite nicely and it does smooth out. You get some strobing, but not as much as really notice for the naked eye, so that's a good thing. So yes, we don't always need to use a cap. 9 times out of 10 these caps will just be junk anyway and doing absolutely nothing. This one is a Cambridge capacitors one, and this is 8 microfarad capacitor on that, so that can come out, so we can just pull that out there. They're easy to take out. The only bridge between the live and the neutral, or the hot and the neutral, depending what part of the world you are in. So what I'm going to start with doing this is the good thing to do as well, which I have done before. When you take anything apart, I can't stress it more, take photos, take loads and loads and loads of photographs. So when it comes to putting it back, especially when you've got ballast and equipment that is worn and you've got nothing on there, just take loads and loads of photos, or draw little schematics. Draw your own little schematics so you know what goes where, blah blah blah. I've come unstuck where I have put something back in and it's not working right, and it's because I put it in totally upside down and made a right pig's ear of it. So it does happen. Okay, so basically what we'll just do is we'll start taking the screws out. I always start with the lamp, with the lamp holder to start with, and you can always guarantee that some screws and things are going to be really rusted in. Oh, that's got little nuts on the back of there, but so you get the idea. So you start with that, take the lamp off. Lamp holders, yeah, sometimes you can loosen these up with a little bit of circuit cleaner in there, you know, so on and so forth. This is adjustable. This I don't know how that got on there, because that should go around where it pokes through for the Photo cell, and that's really another weird thing. A lot of these, some of these are easy to get hold of. Now this one is going to be particularly awkward, and I don't think I've got enough time on the video to show you that. But anyway, we've got a little bit of SOX stuff in. So this one will be cleaned up. This is a nice little indoor conversion there. So, and these can run 55 or 35 watt lamps. You can adjust it there to whatever size lamp you want to put in there. I think this one is only 35, although I think it might take a 55 as well. So I'll have to look. It looks like it's got 55 as well, because a 55 lamp will fit in this. So they come in 35 and 55. So this would probably be nice to make a 55, because I've got more 55 tubes. I've got hardly any 35 tubes left now, and we are actually sharing out of other lanterns at the moment. So and so I look at that, at the P178 gear tray. There we are. This is where the canopy actually goes on to the. There is a video. I think I've got a video somewhere on my channel that shows you that this is where the canopy screws into. There was two different kinds. There was one model with a big screw on the top and the photo cell at the side, and so on and so forth. We'll have to go over that at a later date. These are quite good because these have been greased up, so that's good. And then the staging that comes from out of the bowl, sticks out, that goes on top, and you've got 1, 2, 3 and 4 to put on. So they're pretty simple to work on. They're not a bad lamp, to be honest. They were in production for absolutely years and years and years. So there we go, a little bit of what is inside the 178, or as we call them around here, lollipops. And also an example of a bit of SOX there. So we'll do some more SOX lanterns coming up. I've got loads and loads of stuff to do. This is a little indoor project I can work on, just to clean it up, give it a spray up, make it nice, put some new cables on, because some of these are sort of toasty and hard, and you know. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. Keeps the channel going until we get the new weather. When we get the nice weather, when we get the summer here, it's going to be outside, and a lot more filming outside, and a lot more restorations. Just not only the electrics on it, but the paint spray and the preparation and so on. So until next time, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you